Hello everyone, I'm Frank and welcome to Frank Puzzles, and this is today's easy level puzzle. And it's called, and take that easiness with a grain of salt, because it's considered easy by the people on the Logic Masters Germany forum, and there's a lot of really smart people there. Today's puzzle is called Foggy Regional Constraints, and it's by Bellamy. And here are the rules. Sudoku, we have normal Sudoku rules apply, which means fill the entire grid with the digits 1 through 9 without repeats in any row, column, or box. We also have dynamic fog. The grid is partially covered in dynamic fog. Correctly placed digits may remove fog from other cells. So this is not the typical fog of war puzzles. This is basically an added constraint where if you place a digit correctly, it may clear out fog in other parts, but it may not. So just be aware of that. We also have German whisper lines, where along green lines, digits must differ from their neighbors by at least 5. So for example, if this was a 3, this cell would have to be contain an 8 or a 9, because the only digits that are 5 or more away from 3 are specifically 8 and 9. And that's how you know that. Wow, there's a lot of rules which we don't see. Let's just go through all of them. We have also killer cages, where digits do not repeat in cages, so there are no repeats in cages, and they sum to the small clue in the top left corner of given. So, say we had a cage go something like this, and say it would have to, these 4 digits would have to be unique, so you could not have repeats here. And then on top of that, if there was a sum in the upper left corner, top left corner of the cage, it would have to add up to what that is. But we don't have a good example right now, so let's not do that for now. We also have Renban lines, where purple lines contain a non-repeating set of consecutive digits in any order. So say we had that's edge only, so let's go to center. Let's say we had a Renban line go something like this. Then these 5 cells along this Renban could not have repeats because you can't have, it's a non-repeating set, and they must be consecutive with each other. So that would mean like the digits, you would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or you could have 3 through 7, or 4 through 8, any combination where as long as you don't have a gap in between digits, you're okay. And that's how Renban lines work. We also have parity, where along a peach line, adjacent digits must alternate between odd and even. So that would just mean that if this were odd, if this were an odd cell, this would have to be even, which would force that to be an odd, which would force that to be even, etc., etc. Then this would be odd, this would be even. But of course, that's assuming this was odd, right? If this was even, then it'd be the opposite. And that's how parity lines work. We also have crop key dots. So assume we had, assume this was a crop key dot here. And actually it's black. So we only have black crop key dots. Interesting. Digits in cells separated by a black dot have a 1 to 2 ratio. So assume this is a black crop key dot here. And if we had a 2 here, that would force this to be 1 or 4 to maintain the 1 to 2 ratio between black crop key dots. And then the final constraint, which is probably the most important, is we have constraint regions, where each constraint type may contain no repeated digits anywhere in the puzzle. For example, all Renban cells must contain no repeated digits. All cells connected by a Kropke dot also must contain no repeated digits, etc., etc. So basically, that's saying if I find a digit on this German whisper line, it can no longer be in any other German whisper line. That's actually very important. And it's the same for parity lines, killer cages, renban, and parity, and Kropke dots. So that does leave a lot of restrictions actually there. And those are all the rules. If you like to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. And now I'm going to get started. Let's go. Okay. So because of the constraint regions, we know all the digits on the German whisper line must be 1 through 9 without the 5, because 5 can never be on a German whisper line, because if you subtract 5 or more from 5, you get 0 or less, which is not a normal Sudoku digit. If you add 5 or more to 5, you get 10 or more, which is not a digit. So 5 can never be on a German whisper line. So these 3 digits must be different than these 2 and these 3. The question is, where can these 3 digits then be, right? Where can these 3 digits be? This digit sees all the German whisper line digits. And we know there's no repeats on the German whisper line digits, right? This sees all of these from being in the same row as these digits. This sees all 3 of these from being in the same column as these 3 digits. And this cell sees these 2 digits from being in the same box as those digits. And all those digits must be from 1 through 4 and 6 through 9, because you cannot have a 5 on a German whisper line. Therefore, this digit must be a 5. That clears up those. We have 4 cages, too. Okay. This is either 1, 4 or 2, 3 here. So these 3 digits adding up to 12. If we tried to have this as 1, 2, 9, that would eliminate all possibilities for this 10 cage. So it cannot be 1, 2, 9. Same with 1, 3, 8, right? The 1, 3, 8 eliminates 1, 4 with 5 and 2, 3 with 5, which is the only possibilities here. So this cannot be 1, 3, 8. It could be 1, 4, 7 and 2, 3, 7. That's possible. It cannot be 1, 5, 6 because of the 5 here. And it can't be 2, 4, 6 because that would also eliminate all possibilities here. So we tried it with 9. That doesn't work because that would eliminate all possibilities for this 10 cage. We tried 8. That would also not work because it would eliminate all possibilities for this 10 cage. 7 does work here. You can't have a 5. So that eliminates 1, 5, 6, and you can't also have 2, 4, 6, because that would eliminate 1, 4 as a possibility here, and 2, 3 as a possibility for the other 2 cells. So I think, and you can't have a 5 here, and then there are no other 3 cell combinations, 3 unique digit combinations that add up to 12. We had 9, 8, 7, and 6 as high digits, and the only one that works is 7. So this must be 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, because we know this cell sees all of these cells, and we know 1 through 4 has to be here or here, and then 7 has to be here. That means this cannot be 1 through 4. It has to be a high digit here. Therefore, it can't be 7 either, and it's between 2 unique digits on a German whisper line. So these are both low. These must be both low. That's interesting. So it cannot be 1, 2, 3, or 4, because any way it'll see it, it will see the unique digits in the cage. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. This is a 6, 8, 9. But we don't know which 2 out of the 3 are here. This must then be 8 or 9, because it cannot be 6. 6 would be between 2 unique digits on a German whisper line, and that's not possible, because 6 can only be next to 1 unique digit on a German whisper line, which is 1. These are both low, so this must be 1 through 4 here. We have a 1, 2, 3, 4 quadruplet in row 7, which eliminates 1, 2, 3, and 4 in the rest of the row. So this must be 6, 7, 8, 9, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 6, 7, 8, 9 here. What else do we know? Not very much, unfortunately. We do know this is either 1, 4 or 2, 3 here. What does that mean? Okay. This cannot be 2 lows here and a high, because then we would have 4 lows already accounted for in German whisper lines, and then these two would both have to be high. So one of these must be low, one of these must be high. We have 2 lows here and a high. Therefore, there must be 1 low here in this set and 2 highs. So this is low and this must be high, which means this cannot be 4. It could be 1, 2, or 3 here. And then you have 6 through 9 here, 6 through 9 here. This must be 1 high and 1 low here. If this is 1, 4, that forces this to be 2, 3, 2, 3, which would make this a 1. This digit could be the same as this digit, though. This can never be 3. Because if this were 3, that would force both of these to be 8 and 9. But because they're of the constraint regions, this 8 and 9 would eliminate 8 and 9 on the rest of the German whisper lines. So this would be basically, this would have no options then if this were 3. So this is 1 or 2. That means the other digit on German whisper lines must be a 3 or 4 as a low. Right? Because if either this is 1, 4 here, which forces this to be 2, or this is 2, 3 here, which forces this to be 1. If this is 1, 4 here, that makes this a 2. 3 would have to be here. So 3 would be with 8 or 9. If this is 2, 3 here, that's a 1, which forces this to be 4, and therefore this would be 9 here. So the high digit here has to be an 8 or a 9, which means this must be an 8 or a 9. That eliminates 8 and 9 from the rest of the German whisper lines. So this must be 6 or 7 here. Since this is a 6-7 pair, and this digit must be next to both of them, this has to be a 1. So this is 1, which means this cannot be 1, 4. This is 2 or 3. 2 and 3 means this has to be a 4 here. So this is 4 and 9, which makes this an 8. So this is 8. This is 2 and 3 next to it. This is 1 or 4. This is 1 or 4, but this can't be 4 because of the 4-9 pair. This can't be 9 either, and it can't be 8. These can't be 8. Therefore, this is a 4-9 pair, which eliminates 4 from the rest of the box. This must be 1. This must be 4. Wow. Yeah, one thing I don't like about the dynamic fog is you don't get the dopamine hits of like, hey, this is actually, you're doing things well, essentially, right? It's just only at the last minute do you get something, which is, I don't know. I don't enjoy it, but I don't know. Who knows? Anyways, this cannot be a 1, 4, 7. It has to be 2, 3, and 7 exactly here. This Renban, it cannot contain 2, 3, or 8 because of the 2, 3, 8 triplet in the box. So it can't be 9, can't be 1. It could be 4, 5, 6, or 5, 6, 7. Either way, it has 5 and 6 here. Okay, so this is 5 and 6, and it has 4, 5, 6, or 5, 6, 7, either way. 1 and 9 have to be here. This can't be 7 because of the 2, 3, 7 triplet in the... This has to be 1, 4, 7, or 9, but this can't be 7 here. 9 and 4 cannot be here because of the 4, 9 pair in the row. This can't be 4 then. 5 and 6 are in this Ren band, which means 5 and 6 cannot be on this Ren band. What are the remaining digits in column 7? They have to be 2, 3, 4, 8, and 9, right? One cannot be here, so this cannot be 4 or 9. Okay. Because of the 4, 9 pair in the box. Therefore, where is the 4 and 9 in column 7? They can't be here. If 4 were here, 9 could not be on this Ren band, right? 4 and 9 doesn't form a 3-cell consecutive set. 4 goes to at most 4, 5, and 6, or 4, 3, and 2. 9 would have to go down to 7 specifically. So 1 out of 4 or 9 is here, which means the other 4 or 9 has to be here. So either this is 4 or this is 9. If this is 4, it could be 4, 3, 5 or 4, 3, 2. It cannot be 4, 5, and 6 because 5 and 6 would have to both be in that cell. So this is 4, 3. It could be 2 out of 3, 2, 3 with the 4. Or it's a 5 here with the 3 and 4 here. If this is 9, this is 9, 8, and 7. So either way, this contains a 4 or a 7. This must contain a 4 or a 7. So the other Ren band cannot contain 4 or 7. Actually, this can't contain a 5. So if this is 3, 4, this is 4. If this is 4 here, this is 3, 2, 3, 4. If it's 9 here, it's 9, 8, 7. This Ren band then cannot contain 4, 5, 6, or 7. If it's 8 and 9, the problem is that would eliminate 2 of the possible 3 possibilities for these 2 cells, which would make these cells exactly the same in the same cage and in the same column and the same box. So that's not allowed by normal Sudoku rules or killer cage Sudoku rules. So this cannot be 8 and 9. Therefore, it must be 1, 2, or 2, 3. This can't be 1, but either way, it has to be 2 or 3, because you cannot contain 5 or 6. Again, if this is 4, it cannot contain this would then be 5, 6, 7 here, which would force this to be 8, 9, because you don't have 2, 3, and 4 available. If this is 9 here, this is 9, 8, 7. That makes this 4, 5, 6, which forces this to be 1, 2, or 2, 3. And this cannot be 8, 9, so it must be 1, 2, or 2, 3, which means this can't be 2, 3, or 4. This has to be an 8, 9 pair with 7. So this is 8, 9, this is 7. This must be a 4 then, and this is a 2, 3 pair here. We know this is 2 with 1 or 3. We're not sure which. The remaining digits here are 6, 7, and 8 in box 9. So this can't be 7 because of the 7. This can't be 7, so this is 6, which makes this a 7. What else do we have? This is 2. This can't be 7 here. The remaining digits in box 6 are 1 through 5, but this can't be 1. Remaining digits in... still pretty broad. This is 7, so this cannot be 7 here. That means we need this Renban needs to be 4, 5, and 6. So this is a 5, 6 pair, which eliminates 5 and 6 from the rest of the Renban. So this must be 4. These can no longer be 4. We have a 1, 7, 9 triplet. 7 must be one of these two. Okay, we have parity. Adjacent digits must alternate between odd and even. So this is... Okay, so let's remove the coloring because we want to color other things now. We're going to color odds and evens. This must be odd, which forces these to be even. We don't know about these. This cannot be 4, so it cannot be both 6 and 8 here, because if it were, that would eliminate 2 out of the 3 possibilities for both these two cells, which would force these cells to be the same digit, which is not allowed. So this is 2 with 6 or 8, because these are both even. So 2 has to be here. We have one of these being 6 or 8, therefore this must be 9 with one of these being 6 or 8. Because if they were both 6 and 8, that would eliminate all possibilities for these cells to be even. So this can no longer be 9. One of 6 or 8 is here. One of 6 or 8 is here. So this can't be 6 either. So this must be 7, which makes this a 6, which makes that a 9. This 6 makes this an 8, which makes that a 7. This cannot be 8 here. This digit cannot be 1, 2, 3, 4, or 7. So it's 5, 6, 8, or 9 here. That's still pretty broad. This is a 2. This is a 2. The remaining digits in column 4 are 1, 3, 4, and 5. But this can't be 1 because of this 1 here. The rest are fine. Two has to be one of these two digits. So 2 can no longer be on the parity lines. So this can't be 2. One of these must be even. Therefore, this must be a 4, because that's the only even digit remaining that's not a 2. So the rest of box 6 cannot contain a 4. The rest of the parity lines cannot contain a 4. We also know we need a 6 actually somewhere on this parity line. Well, it could be here. Cannot be here, but that's okay right now. This can't be 7. Therefore, we have a 1, 9, 1, 9 pair in box 7, which eliminates 1 and 9 in the rest of the box. Therefore, this must be a 7 here. That's satisfying, at least, because we know then... Okay. Where is the 7 on this parity line? We have 9 unique cells. We have 9 cells on this parity line, and because of the constraint regions where there are no repeats in any single puzzle type or rule set, we have to have a 7 somewhere. So 7 has to be there. Well, we already knew that probably because normal Sudoku, right? Yeah. Anyways, 7 has to be one of these two. This is 1 or 9 here. 4 has to be one of these two. The remaining... Okay, this can't be 6 here because of the 5, 6 pair in the row. The remaining digits in row 9 are 1, 2, 3, and 8. But this can't be 2 because one of these is 2. This can't be 2 because one of these is 2. So it's 1, 3, and 8. Remaining digits in row 8 are 2, 3, 5, and 6. But again, 2 cannot be here because 2 is in one of these two cells in box 8. Okay. 7's one of these. So since 7's one of these, we need an even number here. It cannot be 4, it cannot be 2. So this is 6 or 8 here, right, with the 7. This can't be 6, though. This has to be an odd-even pair. Because of that, this must be odd, because we have a 4. One of these is 6 or 8. We have a 2 and a 6 or 8 here. Therefore, all the evens are accounted for. This must be odd, and this must be odd, which makes this even and even here, which makes these odd. Therefore, this must be the 7. This must be 8. This is 5 or 9. This must be 4. This can't be 4 here. This is 3 or 5. This then must be 2 and 6, because those are the only even digits left. So this is 2, this is 6. This cannot be 6 here. This is an 8, 9 pair here. These can't be 6 here. Also, this 2 means this can't be 2, so this is 3, which makes that a 2. That makes this can't be 3 here. We have this cannot be 1. Where is the 1 in these parity lines? It has to be here. So this is 1, this is 9. We have 3, 5, or 9 here, and that still could be 3, 5, or 9. So that's fine. We know 3 is one of these two digits, so that eliminates, and they both see these cells, so none of these can be 3 here. This 4 means this can't be 4, so this is 9, which makes this a 4. This 9 eliminates that 9, which means this is a 3, 5 pair, which means they both see these cells, and they're both different digits, so this cannot be 5. We have a 1, 2 triplet in, or 1, 2 pair in box 6, which eliminates 1 and 2 in the rest of the box. This can't be 2, this is 3 or 5. This is 3 or 5. This has to be 9, because it's the only place for it. So this is 9. We have a 1 to 2 ratios. This can't be 4, 6, or 8. So it's specifically 1 and 2. So this is 1 and 2. This can no longer be 1. This ratio is either 3, 6, or it's 4, 8. I'm not sure which. This cannot be 4, 8, though, so this must be the 3, 6 pair, which eliminates 3 and 6 from the rest of the box. So this can't be 3. This must be then 2, which makes this a 1. This can't be 3. This can't be 3, 6, because we've eliminated 3 and 6 from being Kropke dots, so this must be 4 and 8. Which eliminates 4 and 8 from the rest of the column. This can't be 8, so this is 1, this is 8. This can't be 4 anymore because of the 4, 8 pair in the box. So this is a 3, 5 pair, which eliminates 3 and 5 from the rest of the box. Therefore, this is 4, not 5. This is 4. This can't be 2. This can't be 3 because of the 3, 6 pair in the row. This must be a 5, 7 pair in this box, and this can't be 7 because of that 7. So this is 5, which makes that 7, which makes this a 3, which makes that a 5. This 7 means this can't be 7, so this must be 3, which makes that a 2, which makes that a 7. This 3 eliminates that 3, so this is 5, which makes that 3, which makes that 5, which makes that 3, which makes that a 5. We have 6, 7, 9 remaining in... Actually, this 3 means this can't be 3, so it's a 6, which makes that 3. This is 6, 7, and 9 remaining in column 6. But 7 can't be either of these, so this must be a 7. This has to be a 6, 9 pair here. The remaining digits in row 4 are 5 and 9. And this can't be 9 because of this 9. So this is 5, which makes that a 9. This 5 means this can't be 5, so this is 6 and 5. Okay, remaining digits in row 3 are 6 and 8, and this can't be 8 because of this 8, so this is 6, this is 8. We have 2 remaining digits in column 8, that's 2 and 9. 2 can't be here, so this must be 9, which makes that a 2. This 9 means this can't be 9, so that's an 8, which makes that a 9. We have 3 and 8 remaining in column 9, so this can't be 3 because of that 3, so this is 8, which makes that a 3. In row 1, we're missing 1 and 5. This can't be 1, so this must be 5, which makes that a 1. These are 4 and 6. This can't be 4 because of that 4, so this is 6, which makes that a 4. This is the last cell in the cage. We already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9 accounted for, so this must be 6. This 6 means this can't be 6, so this is 9, which makes that a 6. This 9 means that can't be 9, so this is 8 and 9. This 8 eliminates that 8, so that's 4 and 8. This is all normal Sudoku. We have 2 and 3 remaining here. Remaining here is 1 and 4, but this can't be 4, so this is 1, which makes that a 2, which makes that a 1. That leaves 2 and 4 remaining here. Therefore, this is 2, this is 4. This becomes 3, this is 2, and this must be 3. And that's how you solve it. Pretty cool. It definitely flows very well. And it uses the constraint regions rule set very well. Because we were restricted by that a lot to essentially solve this puzzle. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this solve, and I'll see you next time on Frank Puzzles. Take care.